Feminism is... I think people think women aren't as funny for some reason, and here's why. It's because we've not been allowed to be funny. Because see, the definition of funny is when you go out there to be funny, you are taking a risk. Now, if I tell you I'm going to make you laugh, I am up for a challenge at this point, right? And I could say something that bombs completely. It's a risk I'm taking at the end of the day. And I think that women are very risk averse because we've been told to be risk averse. We've been told to play it very safe in every way. Women are usually told to be quiet, not make a scene. Comedy is the opposite, man. It's make a scene, be loud, make a fool of yourself, show your flaws because that's funnier. We women are told to hide our flaws. Like you see a girl, who's not the correct skin color, she's made to hide that. Girl without the correct hair length, hide that. Girl without the correct body structure, hide that. We're hiding something all day long. And so with comedy, it's not about hiding, it's about completely showing yourself. And so yeah, I can see why it's hard for women to consider it. Feminism is, it's basically just seeing both genders as completely equal. It's a very, very hard thing to do, even if you call yourself a feminist. I think that a feminist would check herself every time she spoke actually, and would be checking herself to see where the subversive sexism exists and keep trying to clear it out of your own system. So it's very easy for me to make a lot of jokes and to write stuff, and I'm always thinking about it, yes. But at the end of the day, I have to change how I really deeply think. And it's hard to do that because I've been raised with certain terms and conditions, if you will. I think all of us have to individually look at what feminism means to us and keep chipping away at it and really thinking about it. It's a state of mind. It's not some organization that we all have membership to. The one change I have noticed, actually, this is interesting. The one change I have noticed since I started performing here is I think a lot of the women comedians are no longer looking at their personal stories as something they can't use in comedy. Because I think what happens a lot that don't talk about your marital problems and don't talk about sex and don't talk about your period and don't talk about menopause and don't talk about So what do? Make jokes about dogs and plants? That's so much fun. All the guys are already doing it. Thanks, no. But I think that over the last few years I have noticed that women comedians are moving away from that a little bit and they are moving into their own stories, their own issues, and making comedy specifically from that place rather than trying to be a comedian who pleases everybody and sounds like one of the guys. If I walk into the average corporate show in Delhi, which happens to have 90% men, 10% women, of which 2 of those girls are support staff who don't really get, who actually handle the whole show but don't get any credit for it, and then the other 7 or 8 women, they are those guys like whoever brought his wife kind of thing. Okay, maybe 3 more work there and then the remaining are wives. It's not going to go well for me, yeah? Because I'm talking about female truths, and those middle-aged dudes they're married, they have kids, they still don't understand anything about what's going on with a woman. So yeah, they're not going to find it funny because I'm telling them that that they're fucking us wrong, for example. Like I'm like, you guys don't know what you're doing at all. And they're like, So
what are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. What are you talking about? My wife loves me. It's like, yeah, that's what she says. You just have to do what you want to do, and you will have a lot of opposition for it. And the more opposition means you are probably on the right track. I think that's what we have to remember.